Super duper time. Hello people, it's super duper Lego Sunday stream. And with me tonight we have got a good fat panel. We have RRB, we have Bailey, we have Aussie Brick Chick, and in the brick box, bring it home tonight.
Yay.
And we are going to have our topic of aerial things, planes, helicopters. Do you like them? Do you love them? Has Lego done a good job? Or can we do better as AFOLs? So, we'll like to see what people have been up to in the Lego community. RRB sitting there looking non-perplexed. What's happening, RRB? What's going down in your funky town?
Will you take me to funky town? I'm not going to get you copyrighted, but yeah. Today I put on lay-by the Gamma Shark Mech, and I get my dimensions off lay-by next week, or this end of this week, so that should be good. I'm wondering if the year 2 packs will go down in price even more because of the retirement of the theme. I don't know, but they had yellow tags all over the dimension stuff, like sale, but it wasn't cheaper than what it was, last month or something. So
yeah,
wait and see. Gotta wait and see on that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What are they selling them for at the moment, RRB?
The cheapest the year 2 packs are, the fun packs are $10, which is pretty cheap, but I'm waiting until maybe $7. Like I got the other one, so we'll see.
$7, that is good.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Good
That's everything.
That's everything. Okay.
Yeah.
Across to Bailey, what's happening, dude?
Oh, not much at the moment. I've been expanding the 2x4 brick collection now with a retail display from the 1990s and a alarm clock, which is so horribly sounding that I had to take the batteries out because I don't want it accidentally going off. But it's good to look at least. And as for sets, nothing new this week actually, which it's been a while since I haven't bought a set, at least a modern one.
No, okie doke.
What alarm clock was it?
Another 2x4 brick alarm clock.
Oh,
no
right,
radio or anything. It just beeps like all hell.
Cool. Okay, that's all that's happening in Bailey's world. We'll go across to Aussie Brick Chick. What is going down in your awesome Micropolis town?
Oh, my awesome Micropolis town. Jeez, it's in boxes at the moment.
Oh.
Yeah, so well, it's the end of the show year, so everything's in boxes and packed away. Not like cracked out anything to work on yet. So nothing too overly excited, but I'm thinking of building some sets. I must be feeling ill.
Oh no. What set were you thinking of?
Oh, I don't know. I've got so many in my pile of shame, it's ridiculous. But since I bought this one for Christmas, I probably should build it. And look, something aerial.
That's a cool set. The elf.
It's something aerial. This is my kind of aerial.
That's your type of aerial. Cool.
What I hate about that theme is that every set I've ever bought from that theme, I always get the Azari, the blue one. Not Azari, Nida. I always get her every set I buy because she's in all the good sets. So you don't get any of the other elves. My sister. So that's she's got like 4 Nidas.
Yeah, Nida's in like the cheapest set usually.
Yeah, and she's one of the biggest
characters.
Sorry, what was that, Bailey?
She's one of the main characters, and that's why they put her in prominence over the others.
Mm.
But all five of them are main characters. We only have 2 of them, 2 different characters, because we've got like 4 Nidas.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she must be like, I don't know. Maybe she's the cheapest one to make. I don't know. Who decided
Probably,
that the
yeah.
light blue color gets to be the one that's the cheapest to buy?
I don't know. Don't know. Like even in that castle from the first year that I bought, it was only 3 characters. But he was in it. Like in the biggest set, $120. I don't know. I don't know.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll go across to In the Brick Box with Adam. What's been happening, dude?
Ooh. Oh, you're noisy, Bailey.
Can you see my? Can you hear my keyboard?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
I'll-
clack, clack, clack.
That's so funny. Guess he's now on the screen.
No, he's not. You are.
You are.
Oh, am I?
Yes, you are. You're up.
Oh, I must be looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah.
No. Planning my Hogwarts castle and trying to work out where everything lies in it. Been downloading. I actually got the floor plans for the whole of Hogswalk.
Hogwarts.
I got
A hot walk.
Hogwark.
Tongue-tied, Adam.
I actually, the funny thing of that, because I'm so into the research, I went onto the website Pottermore and did the hat sorting the other day. You wouldn't guess which house I got sorted into.
No.
Gryffindor.
Slytherin.
No,
Aaron.
no. Ravenclaw.
Oh, really?
Ravenclaw?
Ravenclaw? No.
No joke.
Yeah.
Joke. I just answered the questions as what I thought fitting, and just out of the blue, Ravenclaw came up. Out
There
of
you
all, out of all the places.
I would have thought you'd be a Hufflepuff.
Yeah, so yeah.
You're so a Hufflepuff, Adam.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, no, but yeah, no, now that's got me thinking. But yeah, no, a lot of planning in that, and on top of that, by doing other things, gardening.
Gardening?
Yeah. Well, gardening will eventually turn into excess food, what I can sell, and feed the habit.
Feed the habit? feed the Lego habit? I'm wondering what gardening you're talking about now. I'm worried.
No. I'm laughing at what Spong just wrote in the live chat.
Oh, no.
What-
What did he say?
Oh!
Shall I say it out loud?
Well, I can't see it. Hang on.
Shall I say that?
Can I say it out loud?
Yeah, say it loud. I want to hear.
Spong said only lesbians go into Hufflepuff.
Oh, no.
Oh my god!
Oh, no. Spong. You behave out there, Spong. Hey,
Just
Bear.
had the hippies again.
Naughty boy.
He's a naughty
What
boy,
is that?
Spong.
The spawn
What
is
is
an
that
all
for?
Oh no.
Yes.
Spong in the city.
Spong in the city. Spong in the city.
Spawn in the city. Spawn in the city.
Spong in the live chat.
Spong in the live chat, all right?
Very live.
And we'll
So,
figure.
that's all, Adam.
That's all, Adam? That's your lot?
Adam.
Yeah.
Adam's gone black.
Is that all?
That is
At all?
Yeah.
racist.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
done. Are we done?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
So, what's been going on in your Tim?
What's been happening in my city? Well, behind me, that's been happening.
All I see is black.
Finished the top of the roof of the fire station finally. Now I got to put I got to put a roof over the top of the yard, or maybe leave half the yard open. I haven't worked out what to do with that yet. And finished, as I showed earlier, as our topic is aerial helicopters. I finished the conversion on this by putting. I found some old Lego ambulance Red Crosses and modified it a little bit and add a few things to the back of the drop down bay. So inside there, if I can aim the camera, I've made it so that there's at least 3 or 4 crew able to sit inside the actual cockpit now. So we've been working on that. That's that end of the city, and got to clean up the other part of the other. There's another table that's going to go along the back and then on an L shape. So we're going to play with that. So that's been happening as well. Still haven't built the other helicopter, which I've got in a box out here somewhere, which is the jungle, the new jungle heavy lift helicopter. Still got to build that. So that's got to get out of the box and be built. And but I want to finish the tables. I want to finish the conversion of the table behind me, and that's going to have a bit that's going to run along the back there. So then I can start. Those tables will be L-shaped table that will run along the length of the side of the house, and then I'm going to get the other modulars out of their respective boxes that they're stored in and set them up. So that's been happening over here. And the other big thing, we had 20 years celebration, no, 10 years celebration of Lego Lug, which was good. 20 years of Lego being sold in Hong Kong in the new our new sort of SAR arrangement with basically one country, 2 systems, and we had a big celebration, and that was fun on Wednesday. So that's been all happening over here in HK, and a lot of Lego and fun be had by all. So that's what we've been doing. As I swat some insects away from the face.
Well, to be expected. You're outside, aren't you?
Yes, and it's nice, cool weather for a change. We've actually finally got nice, cool weather, and it makes it much more pleasant to be out here now. So spending a lot more time out in the Lego room out here, and still got to bring the other jungle sets from inside outside, set them up on this table where the computer is, and then once I build the other table across, link that. Yeah, we should be really rocking and rolling then, and have a lot more space for our Lego display and setting it up properly.
Rock and roll.
Yes. So, should we go into our topic, which is, do you like how Lego builds or designs their aerial, A, spaceships, B, maybe helicopters, C, planes, or do you think you, as an AFL, could do a better job? I'm going to see if RRB is up
For the
next.
challenge.
What do you reckon, RRB?
Give me an
You would not-
example. What's an example of a set?
Well, okay. Well, your world, what aerial things are in Ninjago? You've got dragons, you've got the mech dragon. Do you like
Okay.
how it's built? Do you
Mine
like?
ship.
Show us. What do you think is a good build, or do you think that? Here we go.
This is a good build.
Oh, that is a mega. That is awesome. I like that.
Mm. Now, what was the first question out of that bunch?
Okay. Do you like how Lego designs their aerial or flying builds? And if so,
I think
you wouldn't. If so, yes. If so, no. Would you have an idea how to make it a better build?
I think all Ninjago sets are good. No, I think
that's too easy.
all the dragons are fire. They're great. They're great, and that was pun intended then. They're all great. As for can an AFOL do it better? I don't know. It's hard to say that because we're not designing it for a kid. Like we're just designing it for our collection. So I would say, of course, you can build something better, but you've also got to maybe take into account: can a kid play with this? Can a kid throw it? Can a kid chuck it into a roof and not expect it to break or something? I don't know, but
yeah,
that's what
so
you gotta.
Playability. You would say playability would be something you'd have to think of if you had the chance to redesign something. You'd have to really factor in the playability factor into that.
You'd have to factor in anything that a Lego designer would really for comparing a set like this. So this set was wasn't just this. It came with the statue over there and a snake, the big, great devourer snake. $200 set, $200. But you know, it was the most popular set from 2012, apart from the Green Ninja Spinner, which doesn't count because it was only $10. Or so they did a great job with this set, even though it only has 950 pieces for $200.
Yeah,
a lot of molds, but when I think about comparing a set to something you would build, I don't know. I can't because I don't know what a Lego designer they've been told by their boss or something. I don't know. So yeah, I think you could do it better, but it's hard to say how much better. Yeah, how much better? Yeah. So yeah, that's my take.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well put. Well put. That's good food for thought. RIP.
Yes.
Mr. Bailey. What do you think, my good man? Flying machines and spacecraft. We'll do a broad spectrum. What's your take on it, my friend?
I'm sort of along the same thinking that RRB has, in that we probably could make it better potentially in a visual sense. We can always do that because we have, as AFOLs, 60 years worth of part history and color history to go through. Whereas, the Lego designers usually have to design toward either a certain price point where, some parts they'll have to take out just because of that. They'll have a limited color palette. They have limitations, and it's what they do with those limitations that usually ends up making the set look good or bad.
Yeah.
Generally, it's good. And so we can always improve on things. But as you said, we're building for ourselves and for realism or for, interest and appeal, whereas we may not put in play features all the time and things like that. There's only very few well-known mock builders that will add play features to a build because it's not money.
I think adding play features to a mock is fun. I always try to do something within a mock I make. Something.
Yeah, I like something that you can actually interact with. It makes it more like Lego than rather just being an art form and Lego being the medium. I think it reconnects it to being a toy, which, you're right. We can always, there's room for improvement with anything. It's just for the limitations that Lego designers have, I think they do a marvelous job at pretty much everything that they do. There's a few things that aren't so great. There's a few early 70s planes and helicopters that are absolutely atrocious. And the Jack Stone theme, let's not get started on those helicopters.
I've probably got some of them too, Bailey.
I know, I got half the range. But again, those were just limitations, and they worked with what they had, and for what they made, if you didn't compare it to anything else, they were pretty good, pretty fun to play with.
Yeah, true. Oh, good take, my friend. We'll flip the ball across to ABC, Aussie Brick Chick. What's your take on it, my good friend?
What's my take on it? Oh, well, I'm not one for most of like aerial vehicles and stuff like that. Usually, I'm not like if I'm buying stuff out of set, it's usually not for like like this kind of thing, you know. The drop ship from the Lego movie a few years back. I didn't buy that set for the drop ship. I bought it for the minifigures. And I just knocked something off it, and I don't know where it came from.
Oh dear.
Which minifigure? Which minifigure did you buy it for? I would have bought it for Johnny Thunder.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what
Johnny Thunder. I bought it for
Johnny
Johnny
Thunder.
I have
Same.
no idea. I just knocked this piece off, and I don't know where it came from. Okay, I'm just gonna stick it in the top, and hubby can figure it out later. Okay. Yeah. For to be boring, you would say, yeah. You know, I agree with Bailey and RRB, because you know that's just the reality of the situation. Is that it is a kid's toy. They have to build to whatever's available in a given year, and that depends on what their schedule is for all the different things that they're making in that time. So they've got limitations with that when they're building something new to fit in with the stuff that's already planned for that year for other themes. So I have seen, when I went to Brickvention a couple of years ago, I did see a presentation made by a guy who used to be a designer in Lego I think the Creator 3-in-1s.
Oh yeah.
And he said the difference between what adults really want and what the kids will go for, there's like, it's a massive like divide. It's huge. Right? He talked about how they designed this really awesome thing that, you know, had motors and stuff like that, and it moved. It was like a T-Rexy looking thing, and they thought it was cool, and the kids were like, that's boring, what else?
I think that's the black and green T-Rex from like late 2000s.
Yeah, I've got that. I have that. I have the Creator T-Rex. I think it's. Let me do a set number thing. 4958. 4958. Look it up, Bailey. There you go.
Yeah, so you know, could we make things better as adult fans of Lego? Yeah, I mean, like Bailey said, we have access to a lot more of inventory than a Lego designer would be. Yes, you know, yes, they can build with pretty much anything that's available to them, but you know, as an adult with an adult income, you can always buy in stuff. Like, I don't know, For like a display purposes, I guess you can make something cool, but I've seen people take literally years to make something because, you know, they have to get the parts in and all that sort of stuff, and then you've got to have the time to do it. And you know, it's all well and good to say, oh yeah, I could do that better, but unless you've got an absolute dedication to, I'm going to make this happen, you know, it can take ages. Like I've watched one friend, you know, make and destroy the same project for 2 years now. It's frustrating. So yeah, so it's a toughie. I'm not a fan of like vehicles that fly, but I like my dragons and stuff. I've got the big white dragon from Elves. I'd go pick her up. I think she's got some dust on her at the moment. I think I've moved enough dust around today. Slight allergy.
Yeah.
Trying not to have to take my medication.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think there are far too many helicopters though.
Oh, the pain. The pain. Oh dear, the pain.
It's a cycle. There'll be years when there's like absolutely no helicopters and everybody wants them, and then they'll overload with helicopters to make up for it, and now we get this. And you don't want helicopters.
Well, I know in the year that Jurassic World came out, you had like the Jurassic World helicopter, and then you had the city helicopters and whatever else that was out that year. It seemed like it was too many helicopters.
Yeah.
I didn't even want the helicopter from Jurassic World, but I got stuck with it because by the time it factored in how much, like with the exchange rates and all that, to buy it off like Bricklink, it was going to be too expensive. So it was more economical to buy the whole set and reuse some of the pieces, but I never ended up reusing the helicopter pieces because they're so specific to helicopters. Like,
So was that the sky crane that came for the Jurassic World set, the Jurassic Park set, was it?
Just hang on, I'll grab this helicopter so you can see what I'm talking about. Oh, more dust.
Sorry. Dusty Lego.
Dusty Lego on the main road, and there's like a major shopping center redevelopment going on.
Oh,
wow. Yeah, we're very dusty.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta dust this down. See my little static brush?
Yes, nice.
I've got one.
Yeah.
Ah, good.
You can get those at Daisy-O.
Kmart.
The other day.
Kmart. Good old Kmart.
But this one has been living near my television, and obviously there's heat from it being on. Look at you see that?
See that?
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Little stickers. No, look at the stickers.
Stickers.
You see the stickers are peeling off?
Yeah. They're rising up. Yep.
Yeah.
Curling up.
They're falling apart. They're literally like falling apart.
Oh no.
It just goes to show how much a bit of heat does to stickers.
Yeah.
Like, usually I don't put stickers on it, but because I thought I was going to put a couple of helicopters in the dinosaur display, I put stickers on things and then regretted it instantly because I didn't end up using one. But the sticker
as one does.
The sticker on the other side's perfect.
Ah.
Just the one that was facing the heat.
The heat, yeah, facing where the heat and the light comes from.
Yeah. The stickers on the other side were perfectly fine. But yeah, I was annoyed by this one because, like, look at this. It's not.
Oh.
It's not sealed.
The canopy. Yep.
Canopy one, and it's kind of,
Yeah.
One in the
That's
movie.
if you want the fresh, breezy cockpit.
Yeah. It seemed like for a license set, it seemed a bit like they cut one corner that they probably should have tried a bit harder with, but you get that.
Yeah, I thought I saw one of the helicopters was like a sky crane for the dinosaurs. It was a yellow set because one of our guys on the live did a conversion on it.
No. You're thinking about Dino Attack, which was in 2012.
Ah, that's what it was.
This was like 2014, I think.
2014, yes, that's what it was. Because one of our guys, one of the guys in our lug has done a bit of a bigger version of that to actually be able to pick up a T-Rex, and also he's done a bigger brick built Ankylosaurus. I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All
so,
right, firstly.
Yep.
Dino Attack, and Dino 2012 was 2005.
Yep.
Dino was 2012, and Jurassic World was 2015.
What was it? Dinosaur? Was it just Dino?
Yeah, 2012 was Dino. That was all. Dino Attack was 2005 because I got set.
Oh, of course you do, RRB.
Yeah.
Dino, whatever. The dinosaurs from 2012, whatever.
Yeah.
And the one exclusive set you missed out on getting for some reason. I don't know why. Aussie Brick Tick, you're missing out on Bob's set. He's got like 3 of them.
He's got 3 of them? That'd be right.
You know the Big W exclusive one that you missed out on getting?
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah, great. The green pterodon.
Yeah, that
Pterodon,
one.
that's
Yeah.
it. The pterodon.
Oh look, it's because when I bought those sets for my son for Christmas in 2012,
Yeah.
a lot of things were
Yeah.
gone.
It would have been gone. Yeah. Yeah.
So he was like fully into dinosaurs and really loved Lego, and we saw that and was like, let's just buy him everything. Like, I think we must have gone to Target or somewhere. I don't know, wherever it was, we bought every single set that there was, minus the one with the helicopter and the sky crane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought that later.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's the set that Chow in our club has done the he's done the conversion to, and it actually looks quite good. And one show he actually put a motor on it, so the rotor blades actually were all in sync. So it actually works with a Lego motor and had the blades spinning around all in sync and all really good on the dyno sort of display they get set up as a Jurassic Park / Jurassic World sort of set.
Yeah,
which was pretty cool.
Motorized the Jurassic, like the one that I showed you just before. I've
Yeah.
seen people motorize that one.
Do you use all the Dino and Jurassic World sets in your dinosaur display?
I use different ones from different periods. So I have ones from the original dinosaurs from, what was it, 2000 and something or other.
Yeah.
Like right at the beginning.
Yeah.
So I got those classic ones. I don't. Yeah, I think I have like one or two from the Dino Attack era.
No, you got all of them. You got all the dinosaurs.
Yeah, no, I own them. You're asking about what's actually in the display at the moment. I've only got like the green T-Rex and the Stegosaurus. I don't have any like the mutant lizard ones. I did have those in at one point.
Yeah.
And then I've got the ones from 2012, and then I've got the Jurassic World stuff.
By the way, if I all of a sudden like lose internet, it's because there's a massive thunderstorm all of a sudden. Weird.
Thunder
attack, eh? Cool. We better get to in the brick box because I see him playing around in the little panel there. Adam, what do you think about the topic? Do you think Lego can do things better with flying machines, spaceships, and helicopters and planes, or do you think as an AFOL you could do better?
They could design things so they don't bloody break.
I reckon you would crackle them. That's what you would do. You would crackle them. You would crackle them.
No.
Release the crackle.
I know, you just some of them you just touch them and they fall apart.
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes, yep.
Like this is so fragile.
Yeah, the gunship they've always been fragile. The three of them they've done are very fragile. I have the 2008 one.
If you touch the doors with your hands, you break things off. Like I've still got to put a piece back on. But I actually at once I owned two of these.
But that's Star Wars. Star Wars is aimed at older kids, isn't it?
Younger kids build it too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but I mean their target age range is older for those.
But they still don't make them strong enough. I'm a 35-year-old and I still break it.
Well, that's not hard. You're all thumbs.
I know they did this. There's a little hook on the top here to hold it.
Yep.
But when you go to work on something down below, there's really nothing to hold on properly, so you can fix things. So your thumbs keep popping through on it. Now, if they could improve something like that, I would be happy.
Yep.
Lego being Lego, that everything's got to be really, really fragile because they try and save a buck here and there in manufacturing. So I'm trying to minimize the costs. Same things with Benny's spaceship. There's on the wings. The wings are so fragile.
Yep.
The only plane vehicles I know what are not weak are the ones with the fixed wing. You know, the big one solid piece wing.
Yeah, one whole solid piece on the aerodynamic plane. Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
Adam. Yeah.
That's the only thing what is strong. When it comes to anything else, even little planes are very weak and flimsy.
Yeah,
Like,
panicky. Yeah.
they only hold on probably by one row of studs, and that's it. It doesn't take much to accidentally break them off or something.
How
that-
Adam would you think? How would you think you could improve that design? Just out of interest.
Well, design new wings. That's the first thing. Instead of having one piece on one side and another piece on the other side, how about actually having a piece what joins up all the way through?
Yeah.
Would be a better solution than most plane wings they do. Even this one is two separate wings.
Yeah.
But easily break off. Off.
Yeah. Agree.
So yeah, no, it gets hard with designing stuff like that. Is trying to get it so that it sits right.
Yeah.
But you can't win with Lego.
No, well, we keep buying it, so they keep winning by getting the money in their coffers. So that's our greatest problem.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Most of the buildings I build for my mocks are so much more stronger.
Yes, I would agree.
I spend too much time reinforcing everything. You know where the part of the building is weak. The same thing as the principle with the vehicle you're building. You know where the weak points are, and you try and improve on them. So,
yeah, I agree.
It doesn't seem Lego's into that.
No, agree. So that's your final take, my friend?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll pass the ball back to me. Now, I would have to concur with our panel. I think it's hard to improve for playability when you're looking at something like a helicopter. And, I mean, yeah, I have mocked this up. And it has taken a while to get, the right pieces. They started with the sliding doors, but to be able to put the recess where this actual winding mechanism is, I've had to push it back a couple of studs because I wanted to fit, the logo in. I wanted to fit it so it wasn't jutting out as much as the original set did. So in that way, I think as AFOLs, I think we can do little subtle things. I know when you talk about spaceships, Adam, especially you talk about the Star Wars stuff. You've got the drop ships, as you said. You've got the things like X-wings. The X-wings when you've got the S-foils. I built a pose X-wing, and it's if you don't get that right sort of point, well, mechanism is the whole thing just falls off. It can fall off if you don't get it right, and that's the thing. I think designers they do try to do that, and the limitations are such that it is hard to as an AFOL to think that way. So I think what we do is we try to make it the best. I try to make it the best real world looking mock and looking vehicle I can, and it's hard. I mean, Lego gives you a base to start from, and then as an AFOL, I try to improve on that. But again, it is very hard to get something A with playability for children, B which is going to be aesthetically pleasing, and then C, that is going to be sort of something that can look and stand the test of time. So I have to concur. It's hard. It is hard, but I think Lego designer's job is not an easy one, and it's one which I think us as AFOLs, we try to sort of help show them what is possible in Lego, and I think they recognise that when they see what lugs are doing and what builders are doing and what great stuff is being put up on Lego Ideas, and stuff with vehicles, stuff with building mocks. It's looked at quite seriously, but again, it's not something that you take lightly. I don't think they take lightly. So I have to agree with that it's something that it's not an easy job. It's not an easy job, but hey, we still try to muck around and play with it and try to improve upon it when we think we can, and that's not always an easy thing. And there's a lot of mocks which Cherie said that people builders like us, we will smash stuff down and go, oh, it's not good enough. It's just not good enough. So it's something that we have to be mindful of and be respectful to those designers who have to go through this on a daily basis. So, but hey, it's all part of the hobby and all part of the fun and the learning experience. And it took a while to get the actual swing arm on this on this rescue helicopter. This to actually get it sitting right, because it kept it kept wanting to swing back the other way, and it was hard to do. So it's one of those things which we have to be really respectful to Lego and to the builders that do that. And as we all try to strive to make Lego a fun and enjoyable experience for the next generation.
I think one theme that has definitely progressed in the last maybe 10 years due to specifically fan and AFOL contribution is definitely got to be Technic. If you look at the sets that they used to make late 2000s, it was good, but still fairly basic. At least it was more of just the same techniques, just made larger and made a little more intricate. But if you see some of the stuff, once Pole Lug that does a bunch of the truck trial contests, and builders like Sariel having input with the design team and that sort of thing, you can definitely tell. I mean, look at the Porsche. That is directly influenced from Crow Killer's stuff and Madoka's mocks, all of the great Technic builders. The sorts of influences that they have on the designers definitely has to be there, and I think that's good, because Technic as a range is meant to be something that's accessible mainly to the technically minded, and that can include adults more than just kids. So play features aren't always the main thing. It's more technical features that ring true, which is good that there is that bit of influence, I think.
Oh, agree, Bailey. No, that's right. Those Technic builders are just incredible, and hats off to people like that who get things like the Porsche done, and the other sets which are incredibly, amazingly intricate. I mean, I've still got one under the table here, which is the Technic fire truck. The
oh yes, yeah,
amazing set. I still haven't built it. But I'm having another set which I've got on my pile of shame, but just looking at how when it's set up, it's just incredibly amazing to see that vehicle and the capabilities of it to build is a great step forward in that ingenuity and that creativity. Bailey, it's great to see.
Yeah. And in keeping with the theme, some of the Technic aerial vehicles that have come out recently, that jet plane from I think 2015 or 16, the blue one, the helicopter that came out as well, and the
I've got the helicopter.
The giant white and blue cargo plane that came out a while back. Those are all amazing, especially for the Technic system. You certainly couldn't have done that if we stuck with Technic bricks rather than beams.
Yeah, agree. It shows you how versatile Technic's components can be used, and how amazingly, those builders have connected those little idiosyncrasies to make a product like that.
Yeah.
It's incredible. But it's great to see that these concepts between ideas between guys in the Technic building community and the other guys that use other things, meshing stuff together from other concepts, whether it be Mixels, whether it be some stuff from Chima, dare I say it, and other things like that, which these people have got such incredible creativity to mold and mesh ideas and blend parts to actually try to work it in to make something which is quite aesthetically great to look at, but also the functionality of it and playability is still there in some concepts. It's great. It's just great to see. Anyone else want to put their 5 cents in?
What was?
Wow.
What are you talking about?
What the heck?
Okay.
I just came back in. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay, we've got a live chat response. Hang on, let me read it out.
What are you talking
Okay,
about?
please.
We have Haytan Bricks in the live chat saying some sets are just unreal in the way that they start the build, especially in vehicle sets such as Creator Mini, Van Ferrari Bus, and Technic. And then there are sets where it's about parts versus price, and you wonder why.
But what are we talking about? Tim, what are we talking about?
Parts, all the build.
We're talking about creativity and about how concepts from Lego ideas and from other guys who have building capabilities, like the Technics guys who have pushed for, say, the Porsche that Bailey quite gratefully brought up. How playability and actual functionality can actually show something which is also ideally quite great aesthetically to look at, and it's got I guess an awe factor in that RIB.
Yeah. Okay.
I think price point plays a big part of it.
And Haytan's talking about the police sets for next year.
Oh, is he?
I saw a post that Charm City Brick posted before.
Okay.
It was a HD image of one of the sets, the police sets.
Yep.
And he asked, "What do you think of this? Yay or nay?" Of course, most of the comments, another police theme, yada yada yada.
Yep.
More police, more police. Yep. Okay, cool. And the way I look at it is, who gives a crap? It's on the shelf. It's more likely to buy. Doesn't matter either way. I don't see how it hurts people. It shouldn't hurt anyone, in my opinion. It just doesn't.
Well, the thing is too is that City is a theme that is aimed at the younger kids.
Yep.
And I think sometimes adults lose, they lose sight of the fact that those sets are designed for children.
It's like you become something, but you forget that you're actually in a hobby that most adults would find weird. So it's like it ends up just being a normal thing to you for you to talk about, oh, this set's designed for me, yada yada yada, but it's not. It's designed for 5 to 12, which it says on the box. So,
yeah.
It's just a suggestion.
In my opinion, though, it doesn't matter. More Lego on the shelves mean more Lego to buy. What's the problem with that? I don't see an issue.
Hey, and the longer Lego goes on in history, the more I have to talk about.
Yes, Bailey.
That's
In
true.
50 years' time, I'll be talking about that ancient retro-themed Chima that everybody thought was underrated.
Yeah. There's a point, Bailey. There's a good point.
The future version of those hipster kids that'll suddenly, find Chima in 50 years' time and think it's and give it a
I was just
revival.
thinking of that in my head. I was going to say,
Right.
you've been
But also,
talking about Chima.
They won't be called hipsters. They'll be called something else, obviously. But
All right,
Yeah.
Bailey. So,
Yeah.
so if I hold on to my Chima sets for 50 years, you'll pay me thousands of dollars for them.
No, I'll pay you for in retail because they're not worth that. They're going to become Galador.
Galador, yeah. Oh gosh, everybody pan Galador.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I wasn't around.
But it's true. What I guess Haytan, it's nice to have you in the chat, mate. And it's also that thing. I think I've also been talking about recently. That price point per piece count in a Lego set to what you're going to get retail and what you're going to pay and fork out for. There has been a lot of disparity for some sets, and I think AFOLs and even mums and dads who bought Lego sets for kids, they have that issue, and they do feel that, hey, this is X amount of money I'm gonna have to spend on my child, or I have to spend if it's AFOL like us, I'm gonna have to spend myself to fork out that say for instance the Millennium Falcon, like you would have to fork out 12,000 Hong Kong dollars over here for it, and it's like, why? I've got a Mel Falcon which I'm happy with. Why do I have to pay X amount when it's just a bigger version of that? Just to say I have that set.
But one could also argue that there's always new people coming to this hobby. You've got young people that have gone through the dark ages that are coming back into it, and I've met quite a lot of them recently, and it's like, because I never really played with Lego as a kid. It's a completely foreign concept to me. But you've got people like me that are first timers coming into it. You've got people that are coming out of their dark ages that are coming back to it. So there's always going to be that new demographic that hasn't got that Millennium Falcon, who would really appreciate that nicer looking one that's that little bit better, rather than spending, however many ridiculous amounts of money that flippers or the investors want for the original. So
True. There's that point.
There's a market for them.
A lot of people will come into the hobby and they'll spend that $1,300 and then think, I'm gonna get hooked on this and I'm gonna spend $1,300 again and again and again. So Well,
you might get somebody like for example, our Joe, right? He got excited, he bought stuff, and then reality set in. And he's like, "Oh shit, I better rein this spending in because it's getting out of hand." And
he started. Oh man, he was buying left, right, center. It was crazy.
Hotline and finger.
He's onto that Lego crack.
Yeah,
it's like iceberg. Iceberg's the same.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, you're an adult, you like Lego as a kid, and you go overboard. You probably can't sort of look at it the same way RB or even Bailey. Bailey, you've not had a dark age, have you, mate?
I did a little through high school purely because I needed more time at school. It wasn't that I was ashamed of it or anything. I was still interested in it. But I've got this big gap. Yeah, I've got this big gap in my collection, but I still have the knowledge of it.
So, Tim, did you have a dark age?
Yes, I did. I did. I dropped out. I dropped out, and I in some ways I regret it because there's a lot of stuff that in that dark age I missed out on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
On this panel we have one person is a complete newbie. We've got 3 that haven't had a dark age and 1 that had a dark age. So the people, 3 of the people on this panel have the perspective of somebody who's never really walked away from Lego. That they've loved it since they were a kid. They might have fallen a little out of love with it, but they've not lost it.
Yeah.
They've not denied it. So their perspective of this sort of idea is different from somebody's new or somebody's coming back to it. So if you're coming back to it, usually it's a conduit of you have kids, your kids get old enough to have Lego, you go, oh, I remember having Lego when I was a kid, I'll buy it for my kid, which is, you know, my husband used to be into Lego when he was a kid. So, of course, we bought, you know, Lego for our son. And then, you know, it's a slippery slope from there back into the hobby. And the ones that are single that don't have kids usually come back to it when a friend gets into it, or they go to a Lego show because they saw it on a whim, and, you know, and next thing they know, they're spending lots of money. Well, those people usually have gotten rid of all of their old Lego, or mums sold it off. I've heard this story like so many times recently. Mum's gone and sold off all the Lego ages and ages ago, hasn't held on to any of it because, you know, she wanted it gone. And then they have to, you know, go and start buying things again. Well, you know, if you get into a hobby and that thing isn't on the shelf anymore, and you don't know where to buy it other than in a regular retail store, you'll you know, look for whatever's new. So if they re-release like new versions of things, and there's a market there, as much as it doesn't make sense to the people who have been, you know, in the Lego hobby during that period of time when they've redone something, there's always someone new coming up.
But see, this is a good thing for me though, because we got the police station we have was the one from 2005. So like I never need to buy another police station again because that one's coming recently, in my opinion. So
yeah,
I never got to buy another one again. So yeah.
But you know, the thing is too is like how do you get away with, you know, getting parents to spend more money on Lego? Like if they have, say, 2 kids, right? 2 boys.
Yeah.
First boy gets the police station. All right, but that's his police station.
Yeah, my brother
old enough and wants Lego too. Do they have to share the police station? No, you want to buy them something else. If you buy them a different police station, then
that Christmas,
at the end of the day, it's money.
That Christmas, 2005, I got the mobile crane. My brother got the police station. So happy was happy, and we also got the construction site. So happy was happy at that time. So yeah.
But, you know, at the same time, you've got kids that are growing up consistently, you know, getting to that age where they're old enough to have the big kids Lego. So you've got to have something new for them.
Yeah.
You know, something that appeals to that generation of kids. And it's constantly evolving. Like what you liked when you were 6 is different, slightly at least, from a 6-year-old today. Like, you know, different things, you know, because they do their product testing. They're very thorough with this. You know, they go with what resounds with the generation that is now. And that's why they're a company that's still around and still doing okay, because they take this stuff seriously. It's a pity that we're at the mercy of German children, but that's another story.
And it doesn't even have to be just bricks. I mean, back like when they were, you know, losing money and struggling, they went into doing children's books and clothing and shoes and all sorts of other different things, you know, kitchenware, just to try and find some other revenue stream. If you look now, they still have their clothing range up in Europe. They've got successful TV shows that even if you aren't a Lego fan is still enjoyable. They've got movies that are fairly big, you know, big budgets and, you know, reasonable profits, and you don't have to be a Lego fan to enjoy them. They've got the games and Dimensions, so if you're, you know, coming off the back of Disney Infinity or Skylanders, you might enjoy that. So they do have other revenue streams that you don't even have to be a fan of the bricks to enjoy. They're smart about being able to include people that don't like the construction toys.
Yeah, diversification. That's the same reason why they brought in Friends, because that was to appeal to the little girls that don't like Lego minifigures.
Yeah, and contrary to what people will say about the, you know, the mini doll and, you know, people thinking that gendered toys don't work, the facts are there. Girls like the Friends sets.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they still don't sell them out.
No, it's difficult when you've got so much stock. They do sell. They do, especially
Yeah.
the
They do sell.
Just very
They do
slow.
sell. They're
I
just
have
very
barely-
well stocked.
Yeah,
I've
we get more
barely
Friends sets than any other set at work.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
never
very
seen,
well.
I've never seen Friends sell out at my Kmart.
Well, I've barely seen that
I
hospital
have.
ever in stock. That hospital is always sold out, and I'm assuming because of AFOS as well. But
Like,
still,
like,
Yes,
like
yeah,
Star Wars is always sold out, and the next top one is usually City at my Kmart. Don't know
Usually
why.
at work when we stock Lego, we'll get about a cage worth of, I don't know if you've ever seen a retail stock cage. We'll get a cage worth of Star Wars, we'll get a cage and a bit worth of City. We'll usually get 2 cages full of Friends and a little bit of Elves. And we do go through it. It's just that there's that much of it that it just doesn't
They
doesn't
just
fly off the shelf.
Filling up the shelves.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my Kmart always gets limited stock.
So, question, Bailey, is
That's the thing.
at your Target, is the Friends in a separate aisle to the rest of Lego, or are they reincorporated?
No, it's all of our Lego stuff is together. Colin, at least the regional manager, or the Queensland manager for Lego, he comes in every now and then. Hasn't in a while, but he's quite vocal with us about it, and I've spoken to him a couple of times. And we do try to keep our Lego section, and most other stores in our shopping centre do try to keep the Lego section all in the one place. And I've got the Elves and the DC Superheroes girls next to some of the Junior and the Creator stuff, because they're all small themes with not many sets in them. But we'll get traffic through those aisles all the time, and it's directly opposite like all the Marvel stuff. We don't try to exclude it, which is good, and it shows because we'll constantly get, kids on one side of the aisle talking to kids on the other side of the aisle on what their favourite thing is, which is awesome to see.
Well,
now
'cause
here's
I
something
noticed
I'll say.
a while back there, they separated out the girls. Like, I used to shop in Target an awful lot. Like, people would think I worked there there that often.
That sounds like Dad with Bunnings.
Yeah, kind of like Dad with Bunnings. Yes, exactly like that. But yeah, they started off with Friends in the same aisle, and then all of a sudden it moved over near where all the Barbies and stuff were, and I was like, "What the heck?"
There's
then
still,
there was all that
still the case.
outcry, and I'm pretty sure that my local Target has them integrated again too. And I was going to say before that, I'm not your traditional girly kind of girl, and I love Friends.
Some reason Big W is usually the next aisle over. It's usually
Big W
parallel.
Yeah, W still has
but how they set it up is always at the front, and it's only one aisle away from the actual Lego aisle at Big W. But Kmart at one stage they had it in the dolls section, and then they shifted it. They shifted it in when they did all the new store layouts. They pushed them slowly in.
So the new concept stores has Lego like all in like a little corralled area.
By the way, I went to Big W today for the first time, and yours really changed. They've put new signs up all over the shop. The Lego sign's different to what it used to be. Has yours changed?
Don't know. I haven't been there lately.
Same.
Hmm.
Well, let me know if it's different next time you go, because they must be changed.
Obviously, I have to go and look now, RRB. Thanks. They haven't finished building the one here in Mauritius.
I was going to say, I wonder what the one at Mauritius is going to be. I wonder if it's going to be like the one they have on the Gold Coast with the big Lego section.
We're trying to do it. All the stores look the same. When you walk in, they're all the exact same, so you know where you're going. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I'm waiting for us to change over our signage at work in the Lego area. In all of the sections, we've got these giant stretch canvases so that they're easy to change when we do need to change the signage for different sections. And there's a giant, it's the big toys sign, and it's covered in Lego minifigs and bricks, and it's like 3 meters by 1.5 meters, just this giant stretch banner. So I can't wait for us to move that section around, because I want to try and whack my name on that.
No, I'm not taking the Lego banners. No.
Well, I did it with the retail signage when last time we changed it over, and now I've got these giant ceiling height wall panels covered in Lego bricks that I don't know what to do with.
Like, why did I do this? Because I could.
Well, I will say this. I want to say, going back to the girls Lego topic.
Yeah.
The DC superhero girl stuff that has not been a hit. That is always there. And that high school, I think Lego's put out everywhere. They've told every store, because it's on clearance everywhere for $72. So that must have been something that Lego's told them all to do. Toymate, Toys R Us, Target, Big W have all had it for $72.
Wow.
So I mean, it seems to be
it's different over here. It's very different over here. That's actually selling quite well, because over here we've got the Supergirl on both of the main TVB channels, both the English Pearl and also the Chinese TVB run Supergirl and run it very well for the DC programs. And I can tell you the high school has at Inns Point, at Marks and Spencer, and at Toys R Us over here, doing very well in the sales, doing very, very well. So that's a very different circumstance to Australia. That's
the
amazing.
show is very popular.
But you kind of put in your specs, RRB. We're actually in a Lego downturn in Australia as well. So there's a lot of excess.
Do you see any
Lego what's been dumped on us?
But do you see any other $120 set marked down to $72 at 6 months after it was released? I don't think I've ever seen that. And that's everywhere. Toymate never, ever has sales. They had it for $70.
Yeah, it's because the Lego dumped on the retailers a ton of Lego this year, and it's not helping them, especially when they keep dumping even more.
There's a lot of lines this year.
Yeah,
because of the 2 million.
Yeah.
Because I know Bricks and Fun, they're at the point they are popping at the seams. They can't fit any more kits on the shelves. It's ridiculous.
Okay. I'm gonna take a photo for you tomorrow. I'll send it to Cherie. She can show you. Toymate, they have sets stacked to the freaking roof. They don't sell anything because they never have sales. They have sets from 2015 still there, stacked to the roof. They don't move anything.
What?
But someday in the near future, somebody's going to really want something, and they're going to buy it there because it'll be cheaper than what the flippers are flipping them for. Yeah,
true. Because they still had what was it? They had the titanium mech dragon from Ninjago 2015. The only store in any vicinity of any mile radius near that set, and still had it for $60, hidden behind some other sets. I'm like, what? That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, the interesting thing, getting back to the girl sets, over here, Marks and Spencer and Toys R Us, for some reason, separate the girl sets. Now, you go into any store in Inns Point, it's just, there's a girls' corner, and it's just right next to the main, where you've got the, especially with the superhero girls sets, they're right adjacent to all the Marvel stuff or DC stuff, and then in one shop there in the upper level of it's just middle row is just all girl sets. Above that is any other Marvel or DC which haven't sold for some reason, which is quite stupid. And below that is some of the newer sets. So the Thor Ragnarok, some of the new sets of the DC Justice League are starting to slowly trickle in, by the way. And you'll have that. Then you'll have the city stuff on the next wall, and then adjacent to that you'll have your creator sets, and then you have one whole massive shelf which is all the big sets. So all the big builds and your big sets and the other stuff like that. The Porsche 911 and all those type of sets are on the next one, and then the row adjacent to that will be going into base plates and then Duplo and all those type of things. So it's very different in the way they market it over here, quite dramatically so.
From the various stores that I've worked at, it can depend on how they specifically categorize their stock. I know, like, things like, if you've ever seen a toy sale, you know how it says, like, with the asterisk, doesn't include interactive toys? Some stores will have Lego Dimensions in with the Lego aisle, and most stores will have it over in, like, the electronics and entertainment, because technically it's Lego as a brand, but it's not really a Lego set, as it's meant to be an interactive toy. It's an electronic thing. I know we've got a bunch of walkie-talkies, all the same model, just with different different brands. There's like a Paw Patrol one, a Spider-Man, and a Star Wars one, and some stores will put each of those different models in with their different licenses, Star Wars one and the Star Wars section, blah blah blah. And other stores will put all three together in the one aisle with related things. It depends on how they do the visual merchandising and the marketing. It doesn't have to be a specifically sinister reason for, splitting the girls' stuff over. Could potentially just be, whatever brand or license is there and what makes sense.
Yeah. No, it is very interesting how retailers will do that, and I just found it interesting as an Aussie over here to see how Marks and Spencer seems to take the same track as Toys R Us and split their girl stuff into one sort of specific section away from the main Lego brand stuff, and all the other boys' toy stuff, the Hot Wheels cars, collectible figure, action figures, and all that are across the other side of the store. And then next to that, you'll have girl stuff, the Barbies, and other things again separated away from that. I just find it interesting to see how that is. When I was back in Oz before last year, I noticed some stores and Target and Big W and that they some would split them, some wouldn't. So again, it might be back to what Bailey was saying, that some will have that idea and that perspective to split. Oh, it must be a girl section, so put girl stuff in the girl section, and others like, oh, hang on, it's Lego, put Lego with Lego. So it's interesting to see that perspective.
I had a thought, Tim. Did you want to do a round table on everyone's favourite aerial themed set and why? Their favourite part about it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we
you were wanting to say something?
Oh, I was going to say that I think sometimes with retail, it comes down to what they decide at head office and how things are going to be, like with space that's actually available. Like I know with Kmart, when they rearranged everything, I guess it gave them the opportunity to put everything in one space together in a different way to how it was before, with the new concept layout that I hate. I love, don't get me wrong, I love the Lego section of the store. The rest of the store confuses the shit out of me.
Half the problem is they split departments in half.
Yeah.
What should be beside each other are halfway across the other side of the store.
They've taken the logic of retail and they've made you learn a whole new culture and language all in one.
And their little excuse, is the middle is dead spot, so let's put all the tills there.
Yeah, I have no idea why
and
they have.
I found that when I went back to Oz too. I'm like, what? You put the cashier in the center of Kmart? What are you doing? What are you doing in this place?
And if you forget your docket, you're screwed. You gotta go back and pay for everything all over again.
No, they can't do that.
Okay,
They've already
yeah.
seen it. But
Yep.
Tim,
Hey, Tim, please,
assuming-
in the
I'm
chat,
mate.
send my hate.
Tim, I'm assuming you're talking about Hornsby. That Kmart it's in the center of the shopping center of
Yep.
the Kmart, and you got
Yes.
to walk out the front. I hate that.
Yes,
Yeah.
mate. That's what did it for me, mate. I went back home and I'm like, what have they done to Hornsby? What have they done? It's like
It used to be
what?
right at the front on the corner, and then they moved it to the
Yeah.
middle for some reason. What the hell?
Yeah,
They're changing
I
things
was
over.
confused on it. I'm walking around going, what happened to my store? I know I'm living overseas, but what have you done? I said to one of the cashiers, he said, why did you do this? She goes, oh, because the head office decided to make it centralized. I said, centralized? It's stupid. Stupid. What?
Didn't
I
they
said, I'm
have
not leaving the country anymore. What are you doing?
Didn't they have a change of CEO or whoever it is that was in charge that decided to shake up Kmart and make it different?
Yeah, he's left.
Must be.
He's now in charge. He's in charge of Target at the moment, but I've heard rumors he might be losing his job soon.
Oh, really?
Oh, what?
Yeah, because of
Yeah,
what happened. What happened with Kmart's reconfiguration? It's dropped the sales down in Kmart dramatically.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Like he shook up things by cutting out the middleman and going direct to manufacturers, but
Yeah.
help them to bring cheap prices, blah blah blah. But messing around and doing the concept stores, I think they should have tested them a lot longer before rolling them out like all over the place.
Maroochydore was a hellhole when it first started.
Oh yeah, I used to shop at Kmart. Like I would think nothing of shopping at Kmart, and you could walk in and walk out, and it wasn't confusing. Like I had a confusing time just finding shoes for my child because he's at an odd age where certain things don't fit and certain things. Yeah. Anyway, you go looking for specific items and you don't even know where to start looking. Then you've got to find a staff member. Good luck with that.
What staff
Yeah.
member?
I was
Yeah.
completely
And when
confused.
you find one, they don't know what they're talking about.
I mean, I was
No.
completely confused. I mean, I'm an expert. I come back home and think, oh, yeah, I'll go to Kmart. I know where to find stuff. I walk in there and I'm like, what the heck have you done?
It was
I'm like,
I
crazy.
think they needed to just educate all of their.
And that's not.
I think they lost customers.
And that was not the only thing. Is the store layout they do doesn't fit into the old stores what had beams in the middle of it. Like there's some aisles, like in my store, where the DVD section, instead of putting the beam in between the shelves, it's almost in the middle of the bloody aisle.
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
And they got DVDs on the shelf. You can't see because it's hidden behind a friggin' beam.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's at a few of mine here too.
Stupid.
When did this degrade into a hanging shit on Kmart?
And Big W, no, Big W's is worse too. They got the same problem
looking for
too.
Lego.
So, don't get me wrong.
I walked into Hornsby looking for Lego, and I'm like, what has happened here? Has someone had a brain fart and just like, oh no, what I do, I'll just put the console, the cashier in the middle. Like,
No,
what?
they didn't have a brain fart. Somebody had a stroke and a near-death experience and went, I know what I can do. Let's just mess everything up. Everyone will think it's awesome.
It doesn't make any sense because they can catch you out walking out without a receipt. Like if in case you forgot it or something, or in case you said no to the machine, you didn't want a receipt.
Yeah, now this is the other thing with Kmart. The stores are not unified.
Yeah.
No?
Some are one way, some are the other way.
Yeah, there has to be a change.
You cannot walk in multiple Kmart. Yeah. Like my Kmart's similar layout to Maroochydore, but if I go to the Hyperdome, it's back to front. Go Capella Bar, it's back to front.
Yeah.
No
Bloody
consistency.
We should do Bailey's question. Bailey's question was
Bailey's
good.
I love Kmart for their Lego prices, and I love Kmart for their Lego section in the new concept. The rest of the store is just a mess.
Yeah.
All right, let's do Bailey's roundtable discussion.
Let's go back on the topic and return to Bailey's question round his roundtable discussion.
All right.
Would you like to crack it off there, Bailey? Seeing you brought it up, my good man.
Yeah. So I'll probably restrict it to just ones that I own because there's too many to choose from with planes and with aerial themed items through Lego's history. I would say my favorite aerial themed set has to be the re-release of the Sopwith Camel biplane. I know there was a whole discussion when it came out that this was, Lego dipping into the militaria type stuff. And even the designers have said they see this as a tribute to a marvel of engineering and, a beautiful thing to look at. It's obviously got turrets on the front of it, but that's just part of the look of the plane. They're not there to shoot. They're not there. They don't have stud shooters on them. They're not meant to be functional. It's purely just for the aesthetic of the ship itself. And they did so well with it compared to the original version of that plane. The colors are perfectly done. The detailing in the ship compared to the original, it's exquisite. And I love the fact that it's actually got moving rudders and flaps and everything. I find that amazing.
Same. I think I have to concur with you, Bailey. That was well done, and it was a great nod to the history and that mentality, which it does show. Lego had technically they put their foot into the military, but that plane is just it's iconical. There's no two ways about it. And that and something like the Red Baron, which I've seen a lot of mocks based off that and try to mock it up to make it like a Red Baron plane. Yeah. I mean, very well done. Very well done. RB, what's your opinion on the topic, my man?
It's so difficult. I'm trying to think of one that's my favourite. I don't know. It's too many.
Me. Let me go then.
Yeah, let us.
Okay. Ozzy Brichick, go for it, my friend.
I'm going to throw a cat amongst the pigeons. My favorite.
Here we go.
My favorite, because I've seen the movie, is Destiny's Bounty.
Oh, yes.
Because it flies.
Yes. Yes.
I don't think you.
If you haven't seen the movie by now, and that's a big spoiler to you, then.
But the Destiny's Bounty has always flown since 2012.
Yeah,
so
I know. That's why I'm like, if you haven't seen it, and that's a spoiler.
But it doesn't count. I wouldn't count it. It's really a boat at heart. I wouldn't count it. I don't know.
It flies.
Oh.
It flies.
I've seen every episode of Ninjago ever.
It flies.
And I own all 4 Destiny's Bounties.
It flies. and it's the first big thing that I've made with nearly no help.
Wow.
Well, what's your opinion in the brick box, Adam? What's your take on it, mate?
Silence crickets.
Yeah, it's like that.
It's too hard.
Republic.
I've got a fly going around my inside going, what? What
about that Republic gunship you were fiddling with earlier?
That was an impulse buy.
Two of them was an impulse buy. 2 of them. Yeah.
2 of them, impulse buy.
I only have one now.
Well, you did that at the time, so.
RB. Probably the classic spaceships.
Yes, yeah, true.
Oh, classic spaceships. Wow.
I always marveled them as a kid.
I'm sorry, Anakin.
I'm sorry, Anakin, what?
I knocked him down. I was dusting.
She had the high ground.
The guy started something by making me pick up things that are dusty, and now I want to. They're dusty. They need
You
That's
have
a
that
whole
compunction to clean.
That's the holic.
Yeah, it's going to take me a week. I knocked Anakin over.
So I guess Bailey, you like the classic space as well.
Oh yeah, the color scheming work that they did and the designs of the ships are so quintessentially 70s and 80s Lego. If you show someone a picture of that, they'll either have recognized it or have a relative that had it. It's such an iconic thing for Lego.
And the Spacemans as well. They're very iconic.
Yeah.
To the space theme. So
yeah.
I always wanted the biggest spaceship, what similar to Benny's spaceship.
Benny's spaceship.
Yeah.
Never could get it as a kid.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Being from a farming family, we never had the money to afford to buy anything like that. So
I mean, as we've seen with you know, inflation and the price charts and stuff, the price of it with its part count is pretty much on parity, if not more expensive than the same part count set you'd get today on a non-licensed theme. So you can imagine how expensive it was back then.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah.
And that's the same as along the lines with the trains back then. I would love some of the trains they had back in that era, especially through the 80s.
Who was it? I think it was someone on this stream actually that mentioned time cruises. Was it you, RRB, the other day?
It was. I think it was actually Tim, wasn't it? And then I elaborated on it. Of course, I had to.
Yeah, time cruises.
Yeah, those ships, the flying vehicles and stuff in that theme were actually pretty interesting and unique, and I quite enjoyed them. I've got one or two of those.
Yeah, didn't
same.
Like steampunky kind of
That
vibe.
was steampunk kind of, yeah. By the way, Sheree, here is the original Destiny's Bounty from 2012. This one really flies. That one really flies.
This is nice.
It's got engines that actually, I don't even remember. I haven't used touch. I don't even remember if that works like that. Knows how much I've been touching my freaking Lego.
Oh, go on, RB.
Hulk flies.
Destiny's Bounty flies in the Ninjago movie.
Yeah, it does in the show, but I meant I couldn't remember if the new one actually did the same function.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like you've seen the movie.
Okay, so I think I was gonna go with Destiny's Bounty now that Sheree said it counts, but I didn't want to be so cliche, you know. So I'm gonna go with another Ninjago set. There's so many though. There's like every year.
Hulk flies.
There's like 20 flying vehicles to go. Weird that it's a ninja show and it's got flying vehicles. Like what? How does that even work? But whatever.
It's called like flying vehicles. Let's make flying vehicles.
All right. I've got to go with the set numbers. You know, then you can look them up. I'm not even going to say the name of the set. You can just look it up.
No.
Okay, all right. So probably my favorite dragon is set 2521. Look that up. And
Golden Dragon.
my favorite flying vehicle apart from Destiny's Bounty is probably I don't know. There's so many.
The flying taco.
Flying taco?
Beautiful. I love that one. No.
The flying taco truck.
I don't know. Probably. I don't know. I actually don't know the set number for this one. Ninja Copter from 2013. 2014. Sorry, not 2013. 2014. Ninja Copter. That was a cool set.
Ninja Copter.
Yeah, but okay,
Cool.
252 of the Epic Dragon, of the Lightning Dragon battle. Sorry, Lightning Dragon battle.
Lightning Dragon, yeah.
That is currently in my garage, and same with the Ninja Copter. So I don't have them in my room.
Yeah.
And apart from Ninjago, actually, my favorite helicopter of all time has to be the Dino Attack Typhoon helicopter versus T-Rex set. That's my favorite. I love that helicopter. With three canopies. Three canopies.
That makes me moist.
That was a sick helicopter.
That was a huge helicopter.
Yeah. It is a huge helicopter.
I've seen it.
That's one that I wanted as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't go for too much. I mean, I can get it at any point, but I haven't gotten around to it yet.
Yeah.
Don't say one day that.
Okay. While you're on the stream, then RRB, favorite Bionicle-related aerial vehicle.
It's easy. The Jet Rax T6. That's my favorite.
I thought you might say.
See what? Wow.
Or the Axelara T9. They're sick. Those vehicles are sick.
Young people are talking young people words.
Yeah, this is just going over everyone else's heads. You might need to look pick up that.
I'll screen share so they understand. And these were big vehicles.
Yeah.
Again, everything's in my garage. I don't have room for it in my room. But
You need to
ROV?
spell us oldies.
all right, Jet Rax T6. This one is fire.
My favorite RRB.
Especially the gold
He's
version.
gone screen. Here we go.
The bright. It was bright yellow. Really. That was a special edition from Toys R Us. This one was the standard version. Fire.
Cool.
And this is the other one.
The other one looks fancy.
And this one's sick.
Oh yes, I had that one. Bloody fantastic.
I actually have it disassembled, ready to build again when I feel like it, just for fun.
Wow.
I love this set. It's big, like it has a handle underneath, so you can just fly it around the room with. It's got bombs and everything. It's just a sick set.
That was one thing that Lego hasn't done for aerial things in a while. Put handles on them. I know some of the larger Star Wars ships have some handles that pop out of the roof.
Yeah, they used to. Yeah. I haven't seen it. Oh no, I haven't seen it recently. No.
Yeah.
Helps with the swooshability.
Wow. Yeah, I was just gonna say that. How's the swooshability?
Yeah.
That was what's so fun about those because they didn't break. Technic doesn't break. You could chuck that thing and it wouldn't break. That's how strong it was.
It bends and contorts.
Yeah, you could just chuck it and it wouldn't even bloody fall apart. That's how strong.
My older brother.
It tends to bounce, Technic.
Yeah.
Doing. Bounces till it breaks.
Yeah.
It is, I believe that is Longtooth from memory, if I remember correctly.
Longtooth?
Oh, I can guarantee you probably did remember correctly.
If I remember correctly. See, that was the issue with Chima. There was too many main characters. There were so many of them.
There were too many characters.
It was a good theme.
It was hard to keep up with all the characters.
This is the Bash, Kmart, and Chima stream.
And what? And
my stream. Oh man.
Did you say what your favorite is, Tim?
I was just about to. I would have to say I would concur with
RRB.
Back in the day, no. Back in the day, I would have to say I still have one of those original space sets with the really cool world logo with the arrow through it that goes round, and I would have to say that, and I've also got one of the original space rockets, the original space rockets that had the round segments that were white, black, white, black, white, black, all the way down to the rocket booster that were made up of four. I think it was 3 or 4 boosters at the base, which I still have somewhere in one of the boxes behind me. But I'd have to say that original space stuff would have been one of my favorite all-time flying sort of sets and space-related sort of themes for sure.
Yeah. They were the pinnacle of Lego set design back in the day. With the amount of parts they used and the colors and stuff that they used, it was as best as they could have done. Much in the way they're doing nowadays. It was the peak of their.
Well, I've also still saw the it was a base or a I can't remember what it was, but it was a base, and I got the dome set with the fluoro bluey green sort of color, and then I had the buggies that went with that, with the big chunky tires, and then the Technics. I think that was the start of the Technics actual blue bars, and you would put the big chunky tires
Yes.
on that, and I still have that, Bailey. I still have that.
Oh, nice.
Which I love to this day, mate. It's classic. It's really classic collector stuff.
Does anyone here know the earliest aerial themed little piece of Lego history that's ever been produced?
No. Anyone?
So, one of the first toys that Ola Christensen made for his kids was known as the Hope Plane, or the Plane of Hope. After Ola's wife and their 4 kids' mothers died during childbirth of the last kid, it was a pretty dark time for the family, and in the process of making these toys and things for the kids and for people in the village, he made this plane that was a symbol of hope and overcoming things, being able to get above and get over the dark times, and that it never actually went on sale, I don't believe, but it should still be in Lego's archives, I think. I don't know if it's on display at the Lego house at the moment, but it was the first Lego plane that they made, and that was back, 1932, 33 is when they made that. I'm trying to find a picture now, but there's like 2 photos on the internet of it. I just can't bloody find them.
Wow.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Bailey ended up inheriting one of them, so you know that it's in safe hands now.
I wish. Oh, come on.
My guess they would have to frisk you, Bailey, when you leave the Lego house next year.
Oh, I'm going with clothing with the deepest pockets I can find.
I bet he is. I bet he is. Oh man.
Anything else on the agenda, Tim?
Yeah. Speaking of Bellin, what things are you looking forward to when you go, Bailey? What particularly when you head over there? Do you really have got a beeline you want to go for? Is it the Lego house, or is it the other stuff there with Lego HQ and just being in that precinct, or what?
God.
There's a fan weekend, a pretty big important convention over in Billund around the time that I'm going, and I'll be going to that. It's the Scaraback fan weekend, and that's usually where some designers will go to every now and then. The owner Kjeld goes to it, and Jorgen Vigstorp goes as well. And
Jorgen, yes, wow.
Interesting thing. So I'll probably be going to that, not as an exhibit or anything, but I'm meeting up with some of my collector friends. That's probably one of the high points of the trip, but the Lego house will be absolutely awe-inspiring. I'll can guarantee I'll probably shed a tear for that.
Spoken like a true Lego tragic. Lovely.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, and I found a
Does
photo.
it, oh, you found it?
Yeah.
Hold the
There
phone,
we
you
go.
found
Put you up
photo.
on the big screen.
It's
Screen share.
it's the most terrible photo I could find. Am I sharing now?
Yep, you're right, mate.
There. that's the plane.
Oh, wow.
That's
Gracious
the best
me.
photo
Wow.
that I could find of it.
Man, if only social media existed then.
Oh yeah.
What?
Be all over the internet.
Wow.
It would have been a top story at that time.
Yeah.
A
These
tall
are-
story.
These are all of the workers they had in the factory at the time,
Oh wow.
Wow.
which means that one of my my kittens or one of my truck or tractor wooden toys that I've got would have definitely passed through the hands of at least half of these people here.
Damn,
Wow.
man.
That's insane.
Trying to get it back to 100%. There we go.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. How do I
Everything is awesome.
get back?
Everything's not cool when you're part of a team. No, it's not cool when we're living a dream.
Who on the panel? Who else on the panel has got aspirations to someday get to Villain and check out Lego HQ and that type of thing? Anyone else?
Nah,
Oh,
my
I
dream,
can't
my
wait.
dream, my dream's more to go to Legoland, Florida.
Oh, okay.
I want
RB,
to go to all of them, but that would be expensive.
I can't wait to go to Billund and ask them why do they need so much money all the time.
And, and then what? Then as you're being chucked out by the security RFB, you say, "Oh, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I still love Ninjago. Can you give me some?"
They won't understand what I'm saying because they don't speak very good English. So I'll just say, "Up yours."
Oh, I beg your pardon. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
They have to now.
Yes, they do. They speak very good English. They,
Yeah, I know.
I'll have
I'll
you
be-
know. I'll have you know. I've got a very dear friend who's teaching English in Denmark, and some of them speak it better than you and I. So
I'll be a bit surprised when I tell them up yours and they kick me out because they understood what I said.
RRB, RRB, calm down.
You got to do it. You got to do what you're going to do. And you'll be on the news for getting kicked out of Bill in Denmark because you told them to go up.
Yeah.
You're
We'll see the headline.
You're going for the ultimate ban from up high.
He aims big. RRB aims big and aims high, and he gets the only dislike from Lego to be expelled because he tells them, "Go, you know what yourself."
Oh no.
Oh dear.
By then I'll say, I want to go because I saw that picture yesterday. I showed on it was actually Friday night, wasn't it? I showed that picture
Friday
of that guy of that at Bill in Denmark, the pick a brick they had. Holy crap, that is fire, flames.
No.
Oh, it's like a warehouse.
More enthusiastic about the German warehouse.
As the Spong would say, it's lit. It is lit.
Lit.
Yeah.
Lit.
It's lit.
Lit.
Is that Spong speak for it's too damn good?
Yeah, it's too damn good. That's right. That's the one. No, it's not Spong speak. It's teenagers speak apparently because all teenagers say lit. Even though I've never seen anyone use the word lit outside of the internet.
Because they'd get punched.
Oh god.
You got him on a rant now. He's just gonna fill this. He's gonna. Careful, Spong, you'll get yourself banned. Oh, hang on. There are no moderators in the chat. Shh. Nobody tell him.
Now
Oh
he
dear.
knows.
Don't want to put him one time out.
Liddy,
Yeah. Timmy, you should probably put a moderator. Have you got the live chat open?
On the phone, yes. On the phone,
Okay.
yes.
You should be able to. Hang on. Let me just see how it works. You'll be able to just click on a name of someone that you want to be moderator. I think that's
Yep.
how it works on the phone.
Okay.
I should give you a bunch of options.
Just
Yep,
don't click RRB.
No, that I already know. That's a given, madam.
Don't let the Lego hater have moderator status on your channel. Good boy. He's a good boy. He's a mod on my channel.
Yeah, I am. I'm good because there is no other moderators usually. So, well, there is. I mean, you obviously, but that's it.
Hey, I'm moderator.
Yeah, so am I. I lay down the fist every now and then.
Yeah, Bailey kills the fun occasionally.
Oh,
That's okay.
Hey,
I
I
feel-
did it. I did
I
it
feel
too.
the anti-Semitic remarks that somehow pop up.
Yeah, it's
Right.
it's all right when it crosses a line. Give them a timeout, but don't ban anybody, okay? Unless
Yeah,
they're
but-
like that. Unless they're a troll. If they're a complete troll that doesn't like Lego, then that's different.
But I mean, Shane didn't go hard enough. So how is he not meant to write that comment?
I thought Shane went too far, but anyway. He's not there tonight, are
We went too far the other week, but yeah.
we? Well, that's true. He did go too far the other week, but I'm glad he's not here tonight, so that's good.
He's probably lurking in the shadows, watching you, Tim.
Good. Hello.
Oh, no.
Watching you and plotting and planning on how he's going to get on your stream when it gets big.
Oh, no.
He needs to. He needs to get on. What's he doing?
Get on, get on.
20% all. 20% all.
Oh, we're sending Adam to sleep.
Oh, Adam. What's up,
It's like
buddy?
watching a bear yawn.
Are you working
There's a bear
early tomorrow?
yawn.
Aussie Brick Chick, are you working early tomorrow?
No. Tomorrow I've got a late shift. So
Okay.
that's okay. Why?
Oh,
Because
God.
I'm wondering, like, getting late for you. Because it's like 11
Oh,
o'clock there.
We should probably wrap it up at in a couple of minutes.
Yep.
We were
Anything
pretty
else
close
on the
to
agenda, Tim?
Yes,
the
Grandma.
now.
Sorry, Bale.
Yeah,
Anything
Tim,
else
I
on the
thought you were gonna have a friend on.
Yes, she's trying to get things ready because she has not got hangout. So hopefully next week we can have some of the local HK crew in
Yeah. That would be cool.
Yes.
It'll be lit.
Let's go.
Lit.
You got to bring them in. You got to bring them in. Tim, you got to bring all your friends in.
One of us.
I will.
One of us.
I want to bring some club builders and a couple of other Lego fanatics which are not in the club but have displayed some stuff on local shows. So yeah. So
Cool.
we'll have that next week to look forward to. Sweet as. Yeah. So we'll be getting that crack-a-lacking.
Adam.
What are you doing, Adam?
Oh,
Playing.
he's turning things off and on because he's a pain in my butt.
Hover off.
What are you on and off? What? It's not bricks on, bricks off, dude. What? Oh, speaker. We don't play bricks on, bricks off over here.
So it talks to him. It's his only friend.
No.
You can say that because he's your
Hulk
sister.
is his friend.
Oh no. Hulk is like to smash.
Oh, smash.
Hey, Brick Chicky.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Okay, we're descending into madness now. It's time to say goodbye.
Yes, we are.
Hey,
Playing
Star
with his
Wars
twins.
guy.
And Star Wars
Was that
guy.
Yoda? Star Wars guy? What?
And Chop Suey guy.
Chop Suey.
And Lion
Oh
guy.
dear.
My guy. Oh, God.
Oh dear.
Yep. We've completely lost the plot now. It's time to say goodbye.
Adam, you've taken it to the next level.
Yeah. This is the part where we thank everyone for
Yes.
watching and for watching it to the end. If you're watching
Thank
it back
you,
later.
everybody, for coming along this evening. Thank you for joining my shenanigans and friends. Thank you
Like
to
and
RRB,
subscribe.
Bailey,
No problem.
and our ABC Aussie Brick Chick.
Yeah,
And in the brick box, Adam. And what are you holding up, RRB, quickly?
I bought this today. I bought this today to try it. It's freaking Coke Spider flavor.
Coke Spider flavor in a chocolate.
Glad I've got a license. I am running to Coles now.
Well, there's like the issue with it though is there's like little. This was $3 at Coles, by the way. It's on sale because no one's
Coles
buying it.
advertising. Okay.
It has like little white chunks which are lemonade, and you bite on it, it just explodes. It's terrible. The middle part is terrible, but the rest of it's good.
I'll reserve judgment until I taste.
Yeah,
That sounds like the LP chocolates.
Mm.
That they have lemon pyro like little cluster things through the white chocolate. As you bite it, they pop.
Oh, that's the Marvelous. It's the same brand, Marvelous Creation.
Do they make L&P chocolate?
Yeah.
What?
God, I need to get out.
Yeah. You have to find a Kiwi shop. Kiwi lolly shop or something.
Yeah, there'll be one
Oh,
around.
you're going to go into pineapple lumps now. Anyway, people, we're going to.
Oh, that's Mum.
We're gonna wrap up.
We're going to wrap
Okay,
up.
we're going to wrap it up. Just say,
Calm down,
don't
everyone.
forget to like and subscribe.
Please
Rate,
like
comment,
and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you with more Lego shenanigans next week. Same time, same place, and
Same
thank
Lego
you all for
channel.
watching.
Bye.
Bye now.
Now press the big
Bye.